With it being the Hall of Fame game and Deandre Hopkins getting inducted, what made him so special, especially being the local guy, and what's it like for you to see him get inducted this weekend?
I'm super proud of him. I mean, he's still going. I mean, he's still playing. I mean, just one of those guys. In fact, he was on that 2010 team. In fact, I think he was our leading receiver as a freshman. I mean, he wasn't great. He was a big old skinny kid that just running around out there, and we just threw it to him. And he just somehow had one guy on him, he was wide open, and if he had two guys on him, he was still open. Just throw it to Nuke. So, and somehow, some way, he'd find a way to make a play. But his development was amazing. I mean, it really was. He was a basketball player playing football, and he played both sides of the ball. He was a great safety and just this amazing athlete. But what I loved about Nuke, relentless competitor and relentless belief in himself. That's what I loved about him. And he was a guy we honestly almost didn't go on. And it's a reminder, again, instincts. One of those things, instincts. And some of the instincts is recruiting and some of the things, because again, it's, we were a little different deal back in 10 and to where we are, but we made some decisions on some guys that we went and beat the best of the best with. We beat the best. That's one thing can't nobody ever take away. We beat the best of the best at their best. With recruiting classes of 13, 14, 15. All right? And some of those decisions were instincts, like Grady Jarrett. Instincts. Tig Willard. There were some of those. We had some linemen that maybe didn't necessarily play in the NFL, but they blocked and beat them NFL D linemen. So some instincts type stuff. But Nuke's one of those guys. I mean, because there's a lot of people probably missed on Nuke because he played basketball year round. I mean, this guy played Friday night and then go play basketball on Saturday, Sunday. I mean, he just was a basketball kid, and he was not a very developed guy. And it's not like he lined up and learned how to run 40s and knew how to, all this overdevelopment that you see in today's world. And I think he went to some combine somewhere and somebody told him, hey, you better go do one of these combine things. And I think he ran a 4.7 or something, and a lot of people were scared probably to recruit him. And we were kind of like, because you get all this stuff and you start, and then he came over here to camp. And I'm like, I don't care what he runs. It don't matter what he runs. Just throw it to him. And I mean, it's amazing. And so his competitiveness and his relentless belief in himself has been amazing. And then he got better. And then, I think he was, I don't know, maybe 170-something pounds when he came in here, and he left here about 210, first-round draft pick. And he played basketball for a year and a half. And, I mean, finally I'm like, Newt, you're like the seventh guy. You're the number one guy over here. So let's take 1 year and at least get in the weight room here. And he did. And he's one of the most dominant players I've ever been around. And again, he doesn't overwhelm you with his run away, but he runs fast. He got faster. He got stronger. He got technically developed and all that stuff, and just became superstar. And I mean, he'll be my first NFL Hall of Famer. I can't imagine he don't get in the NFL Hall of Fame one day. But I mean, I'm really proud of him, and so pretty cool to see him going there.
For 1,000 in his career.
There you go. How many of them? There's probably not many of them that exist. It's a lot of catches.
He'll be the 17th.
There you go. How long's the NFL been around? Long time.
Think about playing him on defense.
Yep, we thought about it. Yeah.
To senior high
Oh
school.
yeah, yeah, and a returner. I mean, he did a little bit of everything. I mean, oh yeah. I mean, I had front row seat. That's one of the reasons we took him. I mean, I knew a lot about him, being in the area. So it's it ain't the last Hall of Fame he's going to be in. Wherever he played, he should be in the Hall of Fame somewhere. I mean, he's a great one. Proud of him. Got a great relationship with him. I mean, he's done really well too. I mean, he's a business guy. He's got a lot of things going on outside of football. He's really used the game of football. He really has. He's not a guy that's allowed football to use him, and he's working on his degree. I mean, he's doing a lot of things.
I gotta ask about Tim too. He sat next to you when you got that orange jacket to be head coach. To see him in this position.
Well, he survived me. So yeah, I mean, Tim Bourret is. I still think of Tim as here. I mean, because I get to see him all the time. But I mean, Tim, I wouldn't have made it without Tim. I mean, I really wouldn't. Him and Beth Douglas, I wouldn't, and Andy Johnston, I wouldn't have made it. Andy Johnston, Beth Douglas, Tim Bourret, Ren Wyndham, Jill Wilkes, I wouldn't have made it without them. I'd have never made it, because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I knew how to coach, but I didn't know anything about housing or the media and all that stuff and all the behind the scenes routine stuff that I had to do. And Tim even to this day, Tim is such a great mentor for me, such a great voice of calmness. We've had some great moments. One of my favorite moments was celebrating the national championship with Tim. Beating Notre Dame in 15, like a game that just lasted for 100 years. It was like 100 years to happen, right? And then it was a 16-day layoff, and it had been planned forever. And it's like, and to live that moment with Tim, but then certainly the national championships, that first one was pretty cool. And then he kind of supposedly retired after that, but he's been a blessing to me. We've had a lot of tough moments in some locker rooms and some great moments, but he's always just such good counsel, such wisdom, and he's always let me be me, and I think he learned me early and could help navigate me being me. So I've just always had a great appreciation for Tim. I mean, he's a friend. Finally got married. I finally talked him into that. So just, so just, Tim Bourret ought to be on the stadium. I mean, for sure. He's as good as it gets, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way in this room. He's a pro's pro in every sense of the word, and tells the truth, and he's tough and he's firm when he needs to be, but he's one of the smartest people I've ever been around. I mean, he's Clemson Google for a reason. I know half the stuff I know because he tells me. I don't do any research. He always makes me feel better. He'll say, "Yeah, but did you know?" I'll be like, "Oh, we did that? Well, I thought we sucked." Okay, good. So he's the best. He's the best. Love you, Tim, man. I'm proud of you, man. I mean, just so deserving. It's really cool. Is that this Friday? Is that this week? I know we did the thing a while back, but I've been out of the loop. So that's this week.